Troy Brown is the only one that I feel that should play corner, not Joe McKnight.
And this will be the demise of Alex Rodriguez as we know it. And you can trade it to LA, and you're on a team with Kobe Bryant and Steve Nash. You need to play. They keep hitting the quarterback like this. They're QB safety, blah, blah, blah. No, if you want to bring up the Boston Celtic argument, you can go right ahead. But there's a difference between Kevin Garnett and Kurt Thomas. But it's Tom Brady's offense, and they finally found a running game, too. You know what that sound is, of course. This is Daddy T's Unsportsmanlike. Wow, I can't talk today. Ooh, I did not get any sleep last night. This is Daddy T's Unsportsmanlike Conduct, where my opinion is anything but sportsmanlike. We have a lot to get to today. This is the last day for trades in the NBA at 3 o'clock. It was official. No more trades could happen. And we had a lot. And not ones that were shocking in a way of, wow, he got traded. Ones in the way of, like, where they went and the package deals and the money involved and the picks involved. A lot of questionable things, to say the least. Let's start things off, basically, with one that was the final one to get done. That, of course, was the trade with J.J. Redick going to the Milwaukee Bucks. And I knew J.J. was going to get traded. I didn't know where, though. That was my issue. I didn't know where J.J. was going to go. There was a lot of speculation. Suns, Rockets, etc. And it ended up being the Milwaukee Bucks. And the trade consisted of Redick, Aon, and Ish Smith going to the Magic. Going from Magic to the Bucks in exchange for Harris, Udrih, and Deron Lamb. Surprised it was a 3-for-3 trade, because J.J. Redick is clearly the best out of these 6. So, right now, automatically favors the Bucks. Right now, they're standing in the playoff picture right now in the Eastern Conference. So that's huge for them to get J.J. Redick. And in my opinion, J.J. Redick should be considered for 6th man. And I'm calling it right now. J.J. Redick will be the first person ever, if I'm correct, J.J. Redick will be the first person ever to be traded and win 6th Man of the Year award. Because right now he won't be starting, because you have Brandon Jennings and Monte Ellis on that team. Those two are the 2 starting guards, point guard, shooting guard. J.J. is a shooting guard. He's going to be coming off the bench, and that's what the Bucks lack to begin with, a bench. So now you have J.J. on this team and some players that could help out this Bucks team. Because right now, the Eastern Conference, it's going to be Miami at 1, Indiana is probably going to be the 2 seed, and then everything else is up for grabs. And no, I'm not on this Knicks bandwagon where it's, oh wow, they're great, they're wonderful, etc., etc., etc. The problem with that is Melo's the face of the team, and what you have is old talent. Jason Kidd, Kurt Thomas, Mark Camby. 3 players in which they're about to decline. Jason Kidd's already declining. Kurt Thomas will decline, and Marcus Camby will decline, and that will be the downfall of the Knicks. Knicks will make the playoffs. It's just a matter or not if they will get a home advantage playoff series. Probably going to be the 4th or 5th seed, and that's going to be the one thing that's going to hurt them. Because right now, the Knicks are dominant at home, not so much on the road. So look for that to be a huge factor for the Knicks come the playoff scenario time. They did some trading of their own too, which I was like, okay, all right. Ronnie Brewer is now a member of the Oklahoma City Thunder. He got traded for a 2nd-round draft pick. Now, Ronnie Brewer, not up to par this year, only averaging almost 4 points a game. not doing well. Surprisingly, I had more hopes for Ronnie Brewer this year than I did Raymond Felton. Boy, was I wrong. I'll be the first to admit it. I was wrong with that call. Ronnie Brewer, terrible this year. Raymond Felton having the best year of his career, in my opinion. And now, Ronnie's a member of the Thunder. And hopefully he can help up this Thunder team who's trying to maybe overcome the San Antonio Spurs for the number 1 spot. Because right now, if the Spurs keep it going, they're just going to keep rolling and secure that number 1 spot. Right now, the Thunder coming off a loss, though, to the Rockets. Big loss. Because they screwed up the one trade, and that one trade was James Harden for Kevin Martin. The guy, Kevin Martin, was supposed to be this big hype thing for them in Houston. Didn't pan out. Decided to trade him, got James Harden. Now James Harden's the leader of that team, scoring 44 points last night. 7 for 8 for behind the arc. That is incredible for this guy. From the 6th Man of the Year award to the face of a franchise now. You can't go wrong. So now if you're the Thunder, you need to step it up. You need to, hopefully this Ronnie Brewer trade will amount to something. And this is one of 2 guests that will be on tonight. My good buddy / producer, Brett. Brett, how's it going?
Hi, what up, Josh? Thank you for having me on this show right now.
Not a problem at all. We're talking trades, NBA trades. The deadline was today, and Redick got traded.
Yeah, I seen that to Milwaukee.
To Milwaukee. Is that good?
It's kind of. I mean, I love JJ Redick.
Me too.
Big Duke fan. It kind of sucks for him because he's going from sunny or Orlando, and now he's going to cold Milwaukee. So I don't know. Hopefully he'll be okay there.
I mean, they're a playoff team now.
Yeah,
so that's a big boost for him. And I'm calling it right now. He's winning 6th Man of the Year.
You think so?
He'll be the first guy ever traded and to win 6th Man.
He is playing very well this year. He really is. I'm kind of happy he's in a better situation. He was there. I heard rumors about him coming to the Knicks.
Yeah,
I'm a big Knicks fan. I didn't really want that because I didn't want to get rid of J.R. Smith or Shumpert. Definitely didn't want that to happen. But I'm kind of happy he's in a good situation.
Now your Knicks traded Ronnie Brewer.
Yes, I did see that.
Now didn't have the best year. So far.
He didn't get that much playing time. But what I saw, we just picked up Kenyon Martin.
Yeah.
Just recently, I just saw it on my iPhone. So we just picked up Kenyon Martin. That's big. That's very big.
That is not. How was he just left out there?
I don't know. I picked him up in my NBA 2K season. Yeah. And it's funny because they just picked him up now, so I'm they're doing something right. They have to make a
something
change.
Right.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, I was just talking about how the Knicks this trade will just decline him because Kid's been doing nothing.
Yeah.
And Kurt Thomas, he's just old. He'll be in a walker in about 2 weeks. I'm calling that right now. But this Kenyon Martin. Breaking news.
I mean, he didn't do much for the Clippers last year, but I think he can come in and really do something for the Knicks. They need something going because they just got blown out real bad yesterday.
Yeah, they did.
We want to forget about that game.
But where do you see them finishing up? Because they're a up and down team. They were all the way up in the number 1 spot, and now they're just dropping.
It's hard to say because you never know what Knick team's gonna show up, but it's all up to Melo. It's all up to Carmelo. It's up to him to lead them, and I don't know. I hope they can make it to the conference finals, and you know who they're playing. They're gonna be playing Miami.
Yeah.
So I think they'll be able to do it. They just have to get it right.
And you think they can?
I think that they could. They just have to play. They have all the players to do so. They just actually have to go out and execute it.
Now, team that didn't do anything, the Brooklyn Nets. There was talks about maybe Josh Smith joining and whatnot. Is it for better or worse that Josh Smith's not part of Brooklyn?
I don't know really where he would fit on the team. You have Gerald Wallace playing the 4. You have Brook Lopez at the 5. I mean, he could probably come off the bench, but you wouldn't want Josh Smith on the bench.
No,
he would have to be starting.
Yeah, the talks was Humphreys and Lopez for him.
Oh wow, I don't like that deal at all.
No,
I don't like it at all. I don't like Brooklyn Nets. I don't like the Brooklyn Nets at all. But I am a fan of Brook Lopez. I think he's a very good center. So but Josh Smith is a really good player too. I would not give up Humphreys. Give up Humphreys and Brook Lopez. That's too much rebounding. But Josh Smith needs to get on a good team. He needs to get on a good team.
Yeah, that's the problem now. He's going to be a free agent next year, and that's in doubt.
Where do you see him? Like, what team do you think could use a player like Josh Smith?
Mavericks. Mavericks could use Josh Smith. And our second guest of the night, Mr. Derek over there, we're talking Josh Smith.
Hello.
What?
Josh Smith.
Yeah, where could you see him going? What's a good fit for Josh Smith?
He's a free agent next year.
Well, JJ Redick just went to the Bucks, so I'd say maybe place him over there somewhere. I don't think any big teams with big names need him because he does a lot of work. And if he's going to be Jay Smooth, that's not really going to work out too well.
No. No, it's definitely interesting. And another trade that happened was Boston Celtics getting Jordan Crawford from the D.C. for basically just scraps.
Yeah.
Barbosa, who's injured, and some backup center named Collins. I want to know how they pulled that off because that's nuts.
I was actually pretty upset with that because I didn't really know Barbosa was hurt, but I know he was playing very well. He was playing very well this year. I don't know. Is Jordan Crawford playing well? Is he
averaging 13 a game?
Okay,
and 5 assists.
Okay, wow. I didn't know that. Did not know that. So
he's a great player.
Second year in the league.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's fresh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So good young talent. That's not bad.
But why did DC do that? You just gave up a guy you could have had for years to come.
Yeah, that's a good question. But is he a point guard?
Shooting guard.
Shooting guard?
Yeah.
They did just get Bradley Beal, and he's also a really talented, young player who's probably going to develop into, one of the good shooting guards in the league. So that's probably a little why they did it, but I'm not sure.
Where does this put the Celtics now, Derek? Are they contenders, or are they just the team that's going to finish 7th or 8th?
I think it'll put them a little higher, but I think they're trying to rebuild. They're another team, even though no one really puts them in that category. Garnett's getting older. Rondo's injured, so that doesn't really help out. And I think Jordan Crawford is he's up and coming. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember the exact quote, but he said he was going to be the next Kobe Bryant, or is.
Oh,
he said that?
Yeah, he said that.
That's a little ridiculous.
I don't remember exactly where he said it, but he put it on one of the interviews, and I don't even know what to say about it. Like, I think he's great. I think he's developing, and I think he's going to get better. And I think Barbosa was good for the team, but I guess they're looking for something more long term. I don't know what year Barbosa's in. I know it's a little later.
He's pretty old.
He's 30 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess they didn't want like a Ray Allen again. They wanted to start over for good.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good fit for the Celtics. Wizards, I don't know if it's necessarily a good fit, but they probably they probably got fed that trade. I don't know.
I mean, I think the Wizards, they have some good pieces. They just got Nene.
Yeah.
You have John Wall coming off an injury, so he needs to get back. Bradley Beal's a really good young player. They just have to. I don't know. It wasn't really that good for them, but the Wizards are up and coming. They'll be a good team in a couple years. They just got to be healthy.
You think they'll both stay though? Do you think Nene and John Wall will commit to that team?
Well, I think John Wall will, and I'm not sure about Nene. He might want to stay there too. I like Nene a lot. I think he's a good player. I liked him back when he was on Denver.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's going to be tough in the East for them. It's definitely going to be tough
for
in the
anyone
East.
in the East now.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that's just Boston got away with that one. That's just too easy now. I mean, with Rondo gone, you have Avery Bradley stepping up. What's thoughts on Avery Bradley?
Avery Bradley, I've been watching him since he was in Texas. I think he's only going to get better. He was out all last season. I think he's going to be a very good shooting guard. He's kind of like what Shumpert is to the Knicks. He's like a defensive-minded two who can do a little bit of everything. So I think as time goes by, he's gonna be a good player.
What does that do with I guess who would start? Or would it be Jordan Crawford or Avery Bradley?
Who was at the two now?
I'm pretty sure Avery Bradley's at the two, and he's probably gonna start. You have to start it because he's defensive minded, and he's gonna guard the twos. I don't know if he can guard twos like Kobe or stuff like that. Yeah, that's a whole different story. But most twos in the league, he can guard. I think.
Did they start him at the one because Rondo's out?
That's what I was thinking, though.
And Bosa was the two, right? Until he got injured.
Is that what it was?
Something like that. I think so.
So maybe they both start.
Yeah.
Like the Knicks.
Yeah, like dual point guard. I can see that. That'd be cool. I think that'll be cool.
Hope it's effective though.
Yeah.
That's the key thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, another big trade that happened was the Kings basically throwing all their players away and throwing their number one draft pick last year, Thomas Robinson, to Houston. Now, the talks are they're probably going to go to Seattle. Now, was this a smart move by them to dump their new, fresh talent in hopes that they're probably going to be in Seattle?
What the Rockets got rid of Thomas Robinson, and now he's...
No, they got Thomas Robinson.
They got Thomas Robinson. All right, so you have a defensive four along with Omer Asik. That's a pretty good trade, I think, for them. They did need some rebounding, but didn't they also get the guy from Kansas on the Rockets? He's a 4.
He's a 4.
The Rockets 4.
Oh boy,
Chandler
I know
Parsons?
this too.
Who did they get from Kansas?
I'm not.
Morris? Is that his name?
No.
Yeah. What's his name? I'm drawing a blank now.
They traded Morris.
They traded Morris
to the Suns.
The Morris brothers.
Oh, not on the same team.
They're on the same team now.
Both
Okay.
Morris brothers on the same team.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it makes a difference.
You got some twins. On the team.
That's nuts.
That's pretty interesting.
That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
No, but now Thomas Robinson's probably your starter now.
Yeah.
With James Harden, Jeremy Lin.
Is it Terrence Jones I'm thinking of? I think it's Terrence Jones.
I'll look it up.
I think Terrence Jones is on that team too. But yeah. Anyway, I think that was a good thing for them. Even if they are going to Seattle, Seattle's been missing it. They've been missing a team. They can't wait to get a team back.
Wouldn't that be a stab into the heart, though? You could have had that Thunder team with Durant and Westbrook, and now you're going to get basically a do-nothing team.
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll just be happy to have one again. You know, it sucks for them that they couldn't keep their team, but now they should be happy to get it back.
I mean, nothing to Jordan, but at least they're not the Bobcats.
That's true. Yeah.
they need to throw everything away. The Kings actually had I feel like a better team, and they didn't even really do anything with it.
No, that's the problem. I mean, Bobcats have Gilchrist and Kemba, and that's it at this point.
Yeah, that's really it.
So, what do you do if you're MJ at this point? Do you restart again, like you've done for the past how many years you've been there?
I don't know. What do you think? I would say dump him and get a star. Josh Smith.
I would not let Jordan handle who's on the team. I would not let Jordan, because Jordan is he was a great player. I don't think he understands talent. I think like building a team, I don't think he should be building a team. I think he should coach, if anything. I don't think he should be able to be. Is he the GM?
He owns it.
He owns it,
and I think he manages too.
Yeah, it's like 60% ownership, and then he makes all the executive decisions.
Because his pickup of like Biombo, like I don't
He
really know.
screwed up when he drafted Kwame Brown.
Kwame Brown! Oh my God!
And then decided to play with Kwame Brown.
Yeah,
and that didn't help. So that should have been a warning signal for everybody.
Yeah, he should do it like McHale's doing. He's revamping the Rockets, right?
Yeah,
I believe so.
But back with the Bobcats, I think Kemba can be a good player in the future. He's originally a 2, and he's transitioning to the 1. So that's going to take some time, and you just got to put the right players around him, because he could be a really good player. You just have to have the right players around him, I think, at least.
Well, do you think they could possibly get a good 1 now and trade Kemba for a team that could actually use a 2 now?
I think he's undersized, though, to be a 2.
How tall is he?
I think he's only like 6'1", 6'2", maybe.
Oof. Yeah.
That's rough.
So, yeah.
That's rough.
I mean, that's normal. That's around normal point guard height, but
he'd be like a little taller than Chris Paul.
Yeah,
that's it.
But back when he was on Connecticut, he did everything. He played 1 through 3. With his players, but
he's a skinny guy. He's 184.
Yeah, he's
6'1", 184.
Yeah. So he's.
Are you sure his body can handle that?
It'll be tough for him to play the 2. It'll be very tough for him to play the 2. He has to try to play the 1.
All these like 6'6" guys are all like 5 inches taller than you.
Yeah, and he's known to drive.
He's known to drive. He's a slasher, but his jump shot is improving.
Is John Wall 6'3" or 6'4"?
John Wall is 6'4". He's big.
He's way taller.
Yeah, he's a big point guard. That's a big point guard.
And that's what you need, and that's what I'm afraid for Kemba.
Yeah.
I don't think he could be that guy to build around.
I don't think he's. I feel like if he was a better point guard, or naturally a point guard, probably have a better chance. Yeah. He's learning it, and I'm not saying he can't learn it, because that's totally possible. But to build a team around a non-star player, so risky, and I guess Jordan's willing to do it. But
anything at this point for him.
I know.
See, the thing that helps Kemba is his jump shot. He has a nice little step back jump shot, and when you're little like that, he's gonna have to gain weight. But when you're little like that, you need to have a jump shot. Your jump shot has to be dead on, and that's just what he's gonna have to do if he's gonna become an elite point guard. Because he's a great passer. He has great vision, but that's it. His jump shot has to be on point.
How tall is a Jimmer? I don't know. Jimmer Fredette?
Jimmer Fredette?
He's got to be taller. He's got to be taller than Kemba Walker.
He has to be 6'3", maybe.
Do you think his pass is good enough to start?
He's not a point guard.
Not at all.
Jimmer Fredette is not a point guard at all.
Not in this league.
No. No.
The European Union?
Send him to the D League.
Yeah, Jimmer Fredette needs to be in the D League. How tall?
Oh man,
he's 6'2".
He's 6'2". Okay, yeah, he needs to be in the D League, because I don't understand how he had unlimited range in college,
Yeah.
And he's just not doing that in the NBA.
It's a transition.
It is a transition, but he needs time. He's not. There's no way you can progress and get the way his jump shot is, because the speed's completely different. Mm-hmm. If he at least goes to the D League, gets some confidence there, and starts draining threes on D League players, which is a step up from college, and a little below the NBA. Once he gets the confidence to actually launch it from that distance again against more, I don't want to say better players. Yeah, better players. Then we'll probably see him do that in the NBA, but it's gonna take him a little bit.
Hopefully it's fast enough.
Yeah, they need help.
They need help.
Sacramento needs help.
They need to do a lot. But we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Daddy T's Unsportsmanlike Conduct on 93.9 WQKE.
So you never done nothing you shouldn't have done to me.
What have I ever done to you?
Like that time you woke up in the middle of the night and drank up all the milk. And then I got up and had my cornflakes, there's none left.
Dewey, you cheated on me!
Oh, so I'm a cheater, but you can just drink up all the milk, and that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you who's not amazing right now. It's the Los Angeles Lakers and Dwight Howard. We're back to Daddy T's Unsportsmanlike Conduct. Still have Brett and Derek in the studio. We're still talking basketball. We're talking Dwight Howard and how he's not panned out for the Los Angeles Lakers. Guys, he didn't get traded. Was this a good or bad thing for L.A.?
Go ahead, Derek. I'll let you speak.
Good thing or bad thing? I would say it's good in that, you don't want to screw with your player's head. I think they already started with it. They should finish it out or see it through. Honestly, I don't know who they'd be able to get at this point. I think maybe they'd be better off with one of the big men on the Jazz. I always talk about them. I love them.
Yeah.
I'm a huge, I love big men for basketball. Well, I shouldn't say it that way. Sorry, wrong choice of words. But
not to judge.
Yeah.
Not to judge.
Jefferson, I don't know. They have such talent, and I think they just need a better team around them, Their quality. And, not to say, everyone's saying Dwight Howard is garbage now. I don't think he lost anything. I think he's great, but people found out what his flaw was, and he sucks at free throws. Same thing happened once we saw it with DeAndre Jordan. Everyone's like, that's the greatest idea ever. Just keep fouling the guy who can't make the shots. And they started doing it, and it looked really bad on ESPN. They kept replaying it over and over. So, I mean, is he good or bad? I think it's good. I think he's a good defender. I think he's good inside. Wasn't he, Defensive Man of the Year, more than once?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't get rid of him. However, I think it's a coaching problem, to be honest. That's my personal opinion. Kobe's getting on him. I'm sure he doesn't like that either, because Dwight Howard, he's a star. He knows it in his head, and I don't think he likes being told, you got to do this, you got to do this. Meanwhile, Kobe's taking 30 shots a game and making, 12 of them, So, that's my idea. I don't know about you.
See, my opinion on Dwight Howard, I thought that he was the best center in the league until he got traded to the Lakers. And I don't think it's the team's fault. I think it's the problem with that. Everyone knew Dwight Howard can't shoot free throws. Everyone knew that. That's not anything new. I think it got blown up because of the market that he's in. He's playing with the Lakers now, so he can't shoot free throws, and I think he's also a little immature. He is young, so he is a little immature. And on the Magic, he was the number one guy. He was getting the ball, and he had to hold the team together and score for them. And now it's not all about him, so he doesn't really know how to not be the number one and play with other players. And the thing is, Kobe's going to take 30 shots because he doesn't really trust him. he doesn't trust him down low because he kind of thinks he's immature. It doesn't help with Kobe, getting on his back and, Dwight losing confidence. And, when you're playing in a big market like that, every light is on you. So I think that's the reason why Dwight Howard is struggling the way he is. He's not producing like he was. But the Lakers have a really good team. They have a really good team, and I think they have to buy into D'Antoni's system. That's the thing. I don't think they fully buy into it yet. Kobe has. You see him getting 14 assists, and Kobe's a great player, so he's gonna go with what they're doing. I don't think they need to get rid of D'Antoni. I think the players need to buy into his system because it can work. It can work with the right players around them. I just don't think they have enough pieces, and that's why it's not really working right now.
The problem with me is that Dwight Howard got to the finals with his cool, laid back, having a good fun time attitude, and on the other half, it's Kobe Bryant, who is all business and won it too. You can't combine business with fun, obviously now. And then on top of that, D'Antoni, who can't make the mesh. That's my problem. If D'Antoni can't make a mesh, it's not going to work out. Yeah. It's not about his coaching. It's about the chemistry. And the chemistry is just down the toilet.
It's not there right now. Just not there right now.
I don't think it'll ever be.
No?
No. It's too late in the season at this point for... I mean, they're 9-3 in their last 12 games, which is very impressive, but it's all about Dwight Howard's ego, and right now his ego is the face of the organization.
Well, Kobe set out, he announced today that the Lakers will make the playoffs, and they will be a team to be reckoned with. That's what he said.
I see a smirk from Derek.
It just sounds like usual Kobe banter to me. He has a lot of confidence, and understandably why. And I think he needs to keep it for his team, for their morale, and just keep them going. They're the little engine that could, and he's that engine. Like if he gives up, I mean, how would you feel? Kobe Bryant just gave up on your team. You gonna keep playing?
Kobe's not giving up, and
exactly.
I'm gonna get the direct quote. It says Kobe Bryant told Sports Illustrated that the Lakers will make the playoffs and fear no other team. So he has a lot of confidence. It's Kobe Bryant. Like I think you got to expect it.
Dwight Howard's having that early LeBron syndrome. Everyone saw what happened to LeBron. I'm sorry, I get passionate about.
No, that's good. Yeah, feel it.
LeBron. I can't like LeBron. I'm a Knicks fan. I'm biased. I understand. However, he's so dominant, and he just really didn't know what he had. And I guess he grew up liking like Jordan and Kobe, and he's not that. He doesn't have that body type. He's not what would you call them? Like Kobe and Jordan, they're athletic, but it's different. They're like nimble. I feel like they bounce around.
They're shifty and they're good shooters. That's something that's something that LeBron had to work on with his time in the league.
Yeah, he has a different body type, and for what it is, he could possibly. I don't want to say he could be better, but if he actually keeps up the way he's been playing and keeps up this newfound I didn't even realize, let me go inside instead of taking a bunch of shots that I can't make. I mean, he's like so dominant. Nobody wants to block a full-on sprint, dunk. And he's a big guy.
6'8".
That's the thing. He could play every position. MJ could not.
He can guard every position. He can guard every position. He's a freak of nature. That's what he is. Honestly,
that's his class.
Yeah, that's his class. He's a freak of nature.
Just having LeBron on your team is, I don't know. It's a major piece. And everyone wants to say, they got the best players. They want to do that. I mean, they're just a different team. They're the most athletic team, I'd say. But they play a different style of offense. They're just run and gun it. Every time someone messes up, capitalize on it, and it works. So I mean, when you have like strongly defensive-minded teams, offensive-minded teams, they're another team that's just capitalize on their screw-ups, and like it just works. And I don't know.
Do teams need to start doing that though? Because the Clippers are doing that, and they're just flying by teams. So do other teams need to keep with it? But you got guys like San Antonio Spurs, who are older than heck, and just do that slow pace.
Yeah, they like
stuff.
the half-court offense. They definitely like the half-court offense a lot.
I think with the Spurs, I mean, they have like one of the greatest coaches ever.
Yeah.
I think it works for them, and I feel that maybe, I don't know. I don't think everyone should just switch drop ship and change their schemes. I think you need you need to really counteract if you're going to beat something. So if you want to beat the Heat and you're the Spurs, keep it a slow-paced game. You'll end up scoring more than them. I mean, they have a bunch of three-point shooters, but I don't feel that they trust them enough. Who do you have? Jones. You have Ray Allen, Rashard Lewis,
Mike Miller,
who's often injured.
What, do you think the Heat should slow down against the Spurs? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think they should. I think
that's the complete ass.
But right, I don't think they should slow down. However, they have the team other than the big three is set up for a fast-paced run. So you have all these three-point shooters for what?
So you can get up and down the court and get good looks, and when you're up and down the court, there's going to be a lot of people open in the corners for threes all over.
That's all what Battier does.
Yeah, that's their game. They against the Spurs, that's what you want. You want to get up and down the floor. You want to get them out of what they do.
Right, you want to move fast, but why pick up the old three-point shooters? Why not?
Well, the reason the Heat did that is because they have 3 max contracts.
Yeah.
So honestly, they're gonna pick up whoever they can with LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. That's a lot of money being dished out.
Could they make a major trade for our? I don't know, like maybe give up. I mean, I love Ray Allen. I understand he was a Celtic, but I mean, he's one of the he's the greatest. One of the greatest three-point shooters.
I don't think the Heat need to do anything, to be honest. I think they're set for right now.
Yeah.
They're gonna make another run for a championship, and they can possibly do it. The only ones out of the East that can really give them a run for their money is either the Knicks, if they keep their stuff up, and possibly Brooklyn, but I don't.
Watch out for Pacers too.
Pacers did blow the Knicks out yesterday, but
without Danny Granger.
Yeah.
Not looking too good.
Really, I didn't know he wasn't playing.
Danny Granger was not in.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Paul George show.
Oh, yeah. Paul George is a good player too.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Well, playoff time is a whole nother. It's a whole nother time. It's not like the regular season at all.
No.
So, do you know how many games are left in the season?
I mean, halfway point. Back in.
It was just a halfway point because the All-Star break.
2 weeks ago.
It was 2 weeks before the All-Star game. Was technically halfway.
Halfway.
Yeah.
Still, that has to be like about 30 something games left.
Yeah.
Around there. So I don't know, for the Knicks, they gotta figure something out.
Are the 76ers still in it?
If they're not, they're probably in 9th place out of the top 8. But they have potential.
The Bucks are keeping them out, right?
The Bucks are in like 6th or 7th at this point.
They went up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, even they're making moves. You got Monta Ellis, like he's phenomenal. He's a monster. I honestly didn't even know if it would work, but I guess he was used to it with being with Stephen Curry. Just having a dominant point guard, could shoot. He's got the same thing now, Brandon Jennings. But yeah.
Here's the standings. It's Miami, Knicks, Pacers, Brooklyn, the Bulls, Hawks, Celtics, Milwaukee, and then Philadelphia's 3.5 back of Milwaukee, and then Toronto is 5 games back.
Yeah, I don't have any hope for Toronto.
So
I don't know. Rudy Gay has been good, and they just got Telfer from
I
a
love
trade
Rudy Gay too. He's so good.
yeah, Rudy Gay's a very good player. He's a very good player.
Did you like the trade? Or
That was one of the best pickups Toronto.
I think the Nets need to trade for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
I mean, the Nets have Gerald Wallace. Like, that's cool. But if they got actually they already have a bunch of key players, so they don't really need.
Yeah, they don't need. They definitely don't need.
I'm trying to think of who could use Rudy Gay. I mean, he's fine on that team, but I don't think they have enough pieces right now for like a realistic.
That's their big piece that they got. They needed a star player. So
Well, what year is he in?
he's been in the league for a little bit. Probably about like maybe
I
a
would say
six
or
year.
Yeah.
Did he come around Melo time? Or maybe
After
2 years after
Melo, a little bit after.
Yeah, a
Or
little
maybe a
bit
year or two after.
A little bit after, but that's Toronto never had a star player.
They had
I don't-
Bosh.
They had they had Bosh, but I'm talking about like a dominant player before Bosh. I don't even think they had one, but
He's 26. He's been in the league 6 years. I mean, he's still got a couple years left on that contract, so you better hope he stays on that team.
yeah, he needs to. Yeah, they need him a lot.
I want to see better for him. I don't know. I think he had a greater chance on the Grizzlies, and now, who are they going to get? I mean,
That's what free agents for next year. Maybe they pull out the shocker and maybe get a Josh Smith.
oh man.
Imagine.
I'm really. I want to see where Josh Smith goes because he's a good player. He is a
I
good
hope
player.
not the Magic. They already got Big Baby, you know. He's making major moves.
I think Smith would go to already a contender team
Yeah,
before
contending.
risking anything. I mean, the Hawks could have had shot after shot of making it to the title, but
Yeah, they can't figure it out. That's one thing I noticed that the Hawks they had some good pieces. They did have some good pieces.
Great, yeah.
Al Horford,
they had Johnson on the team. And
Joe Johnson.
Yep.
I don't know what they're doing, to be honest. I have no idea.
I guess they needed a better point guard, but I thought they were all right. Didn't they have
Jeff Teague.
Teague and Heinrich backing him up or no? Was Heinrich
Heinrich's
still on the
back
Bulls?
Yeah,
now.
he's on the
He's on the Bulls. Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
He had Bibby at one point too.
I mean, I think everyone got a crack at Bibby. I don't know.
We got Bibby too. That was. Oh yeah, you guys had Bibby
Yeah,
too.
we had
Bibby's like the flu. I don't
Bibby was our starting point guard in the playoffs.
know.
And that went.
I mean, he hit a couple threes, but other than that, we got swept by the Heat. So
Yeah.
Hey man, that's gonna happen.
Yeah. Nice smirk.
Sorry. But we got off topic. We were talking Dwight Howard about 20 minutes ago. Yeah. Thoughts on what's going to happen this off season? I post the question to the fans of my Facebook page. Most of are saying Lakers. Some are saying Mavericks. Thoughts?
I think he's gonna stay on the Lakers. I think that will be best for him. I think he's gonna grow up very fast playing with Kobe Bryant. And if it goes another way, I don't see why he wouldn't go to Brooklyn. Or possibly the Mavs, but I think he will stay on the Lakers.
Yeah, I think the Lakers. If he wants to really look at it long term, if he were to stay with the Lakers, I mean, Kobe's been mentioning little things here and there about retirement.
Yeah.
I think if he stays, it could be another Magic scenario again. He can be the most dominant player on the team, and he may possibly be getting his looks again when Kobe's gone, you know, because you won't have that one guy taking most shots, which understandably so, it's Kobe Bryant. But, you know, I think he just wants more touches, and I think if he stays in the Lakers, he'll get it. If he goes to the Nets, I mean, you still got a point guard who likes to shoot. You have Joe Johnson, you know, hitting game winners.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he won't get as many touches, and he'd probably be in the same scenario as now at the Lakers, but I think short term, maybe he would be better off on the Nets.
He'd be happier on the Nets.
I think he'd be happier in the Nets. He'd have Jay-Z running, you know, things, and he could hang out with him and schmooze. He's definitely a schmoozer, you know.
Yeah.
Dwight Howard likes to schmooze, hang out with the famous people. But I think, I agree with you. I think Dwight Howard on the Lakers long term is probably the best thing he could do.
It's just tough for me because his ego's been getting in the way. Like you said, you really think he's gonna bounce that quick and mature himself in the city of the lights and Hollywood and all that?
It's tough to say. I think that is his best bet. He just has to learn that he can't be the number one every time. Once Kobe leaves, because I think Kobe did say he wants to retire pretty soon. That'll open up his looks again. But once again, it's for the Lakers. It's all about trust, and that's one thing that everyone on the team doesn't really have yet with each other. I know Kobe and Nash, they do, but they don't all trust Dwight Howard right now. And until they do, they start trusting him to do what he used to do on the Magic, then he's kind of out of luck until then.
And you have to pay him a lot of money.
Yeah, you do.
And I believe that their cap hit right now is $18.5 million. If he stays next year, it'll be $85 million cap hit.
Damn, that's the negative, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
So,
I wouldn't be surprised if they just got him for short term, thinking, we got to get Kobe another ring before he's gone.
Well, it is a 1 year deal.
Right.
yeah.
I think actually, now that I think about it, maybe the Nets would be better. You still got Gasol on the Lakers too, and everyone forgets that. I don't know. Maybe he would be a better fit on the Nets. I have no idea. I think long term, probably the Lakers, but I don't know. Maybe he could be an important building block on the Nets. Let's say that much. They need strong defense, although Lopez is great.
And that's the thing. You signed Lopez to like a 4 or 5 year deal.
Right.
So he's your guy.
He's your guy.
Yeah.
He is your guy.
So that's going back to the Mavericks point. They haven't had a center in
since Tyson Chandler.
Yeah.
And they won a championship. I think that could possibly be a good fit for him if he isn't completely happy on the Lakers.
How much longer does Dirk have?
As long as he wants to go.
Yeah. but he is gonna if he goes to the Mavs, he's gonna have to realize that it's Dirk's team. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if he'll like that either.
No.
So
he wants his own team. Just go to Seattle. Make it the Seattle Howards. But we're gonna take a break again. We'll be right back. Probably more basketball. Maybe some college. Do you guys know some college?
I know college.
He knows all the college for both of us.
Oh, Jesus. All right. We'll be right back. It's Daddy T's on Sportsmanlike Conduct on 93.9 WQKE, Plattsburgh, New York. And we're back to Daddy T's Unsportsmanlike Conduct. Think we have enough NBA talk for one day. We're quickly gonna talk college basketball and how no number one team's able to just hold the top spot. And March Madness is just approaching right now. Is this a good thing for the league itself, or is this like a bad thing for if you're doing your brackets and you have no favorite anymore?
We're gonna have some bracket busters, a bunch of them. I think when March Madness comes around, you're gonna see some Cinderellas, but there are some number one teams that have been number one at least. Duke, Indiana. I think Michigan can also make a run. But yeah, they're gonna be a lot of teams that are small schools that I think that they could really make an upset and cause some ruckus in the tournament.
Now you mentioned Duke. Last year losing in the first round. No repeat on that one?
No repeat. I'm a big Duke fan. Coach K is an amazing coach. I love Coach K. I think last year the whole problem was Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers was not a college player. his game is tailored for the NBA. I think that was the whole reason for why we lost. But yeah, Duke. That was bad. That was a very bad loss. That was a bad loss.
No, that was a fun loss.
That was a very bad loss. I had to deal with a lot of stuff from many people when they lost against Lehigh.
That must have been.
Yeah.
Now it's approaching. Like I said, March Madness is approaching. I want you guys to give me who you think will be the 4 number 1 seeds.
4 number 1 seeds. I think Duke can get a number 1 seed. They've only lost 3 games all season. Indiana, you have to put them there. They've only lost 3 games. Miami.
Yeah.
Miami should get a number 1 seed. They've been playing out of their minds, and I had no idea seeing this coming. I had no idea. And the 4th, it can be a few teams. I see Michigan State's making a run. I see a team Gonzaga.
Yeah.
They've only lost 2 games the whole season. That's ridiculous. But then you have Michigan. That's also right there. You have Florida. That's right there. You have Syracuse is right there. You have Kansas is right there. Be a bunch of teams that can do it. It's almost here. So,
I mean, Michigan State only lost 4 games. Does that put them out or no?
No, because any team can lose at any moment. Because that seems to be the trend this year.
Yeah, that's the trend, and no one can hold number 1. So it's whoever can just keep their streak, keep their winning up.
I guess you got to put Gonzaga up there with just based on their wins and losses. And then I don't know. I guess for second, I'd tie like Indiana with Miami.
Yeah.
And then I'd probably put Florida at like 4 or something like that. I don't know who would get third or second. I guess maybe put Indiana in there.
Yeah.
They got to be high up there. They're playing great, but I don't know.
What I have a feeling Indiana's going to get it busted out.
You think so?
I have a gut feeling that they're going to lose, like, get on a streak of like losing 2 games or 3 games. It's just going to put them out.
See, that's the thing. I don't see it. I don't see it. I think their team is just so good. They haven't been the Indiana from the Hoosiers. They have not been for a while. And this year, and you saw a little bit from last year, but this year, Cody Zeller, and Oladipo, they're coming on strong. I think they will make the Final Four.
That's what I'm going to disagree with you with. I had to do it sometime, but no, this Indiana team is really good. Like you said, Zeller's the face of this team and is just dominant. But Duke was dominant last year, weren't they? Yeah,
they were pretty good. But Duke's good every year. Duke's good every year. Just last year,
they lost in the first round.
They did lose in the first round. I just don't see it happening to Indiana.
They won't lose in the first round. I'm calling the round of 16.
Round of 16
is when they get kicked out.
Okay, reasonable. For
top 4, I also see Gonzaga not getting recognized because they're such a small school.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get a number 1 seed. I don't think
it's a shame too.
Yeah,
because it's like the Boise State of football all over again.
They'll probably get like a 2 seed if they keep up what they're doing.
But I'm feeling a push from Duke. I'm feeling Miami number 1 overall.
Miami number 1 overall.
Yep, watch out.
Number 1 overall. It's a possibility. They've basically swept everyone in the ACC right now.
Yeah,
and that's the most impressive thing I've seen from anyone this year. So they could get the number 1 overall.
ESPN's been blowing up about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like just look out for them. Don't write them off. they're definitely up and coming. So that was, I gotta say, like maybe a month ago, maybe a little more, and now I guess they've kind of proved it. I don't know if you disagree with that, but
No, I don't disagree with that at all.
Yeah.
Miami's going to be number 1 overall. Indiana second, Florida third, and then Duke third, Michigan late push for a number 1 seed.
How do you feel about Syracuse chances? Because they're kind of up and down. I see a early exit from them this year.
That ain't happening. That is not happening. Biggest Cuse fan here. That is not happening.
These past couple years, Boeheim has been very, very upset with their exits, because they should always be contenders. Syracuse should always be a team fighting to be in the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
And it just hasn't happened. What are your thoughts on that?
It's odd. It really is. You've had talent before, and then the talent keeps coming. I don't know if it's chemistry, if it's just underestimating these other teams that are happening. I remember way back when they played University of Vermont, and that was just
that was a bad loss.
Very bad loss.
Bad loss.
That was, and that won't happen. That will never happen again. I mean, I was hoping UVM would be North Carolina last year.
Me too.
But they don't have a shot.
No.
But I don't see an early exit. I see the 16 again. It's just something about the Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
It's pushing me for upsets. And Cuse will be out, and Indiana will be out in the round of 16.
Okay.
How do you think Indiana will be out too?
They're going to be out in the round of 16. It's just,
I don't think.
I'm calling it
I'm
now.
telling you, Cody Zeller will not allow that. He will not allow that. Cody Zeller is a candidate for National Player of the Year. Him and Plumlee.
But if he gets shut down, done.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We'll talk about this in March. We'll see. Anything can happen. That's why it's March Madness. That's why it's March Madness. So anything can happen.
And that's my point. That's why they're going to be out in the round of 16.
Okay.
They will not contend.
I'll hold that to you.
Yeah. I put this stuff online, man, and everyone can hold it to me. But is there any team to watch out for that's not going to get a first seed, second seed, anything that will pop out to you?
Isn't Memphis record 22-3?
Yes, they are.
So, I mean, I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know. They're at the bottom, I guess, of everyone's like polls or whatever. I don't know. What would that put them at, like 18th at like polls or something like
19th.
that? 19th.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I think there's someone who's kind of just a sleeper team is gonna just wake up and just be like going off. I don't know. I mean, they could end up being bad too, but
you see, I don't think it's a team that you can watch out for. I think it's kind of like the situation with Northern Iowa versus Kansas. If you remember that a couple years ago, nobody thought Kansas would lose to Northern Iowa. So I think it's the thing with college basketball is the best team doesn't always win the game. That's just the way it is. So I guess it's who's hot at the time, and some of these small schools, I think this year can give the big schools a real run for their money. So, I mean, we'll see when the brackets come out. I know I'm going to be picking a lot of upsets because I feel like this is a year that a George Mason could make the Final Four again, or something like that. So I'm just waiting to see what happens. Even though I'm pushing for Duke, to make the Final Four.
You're making two brackets.
back to the Duke.
I'm making two
Back
brackets.
to the Duke.
Making two brackets. So, we'll see.
I have two teams to watch out for. Colorado State.
Okay.
They've been on the rise right now. They're 21 overall. I mean, they're not like the team to really watch out for, but in my eyes, they can pull an upset. And if they're matched up, maybe they pull the upset against Indiana. If I call that right now, just proclaim me as something else.
Okay.
But Creighton
with Sean McDermott,
yeah,
one of the best player, another player that's up for National Player of the Year.
I mean, if he doesn't get that, he's gonna make some noise in that tournament.
He's an awesome player. He is an awesome player. I love Sean McDermott. I love what he does. Possibly in some other ones that you could probably look out for. St. Mary's,
yeah,
Cincinnati. North Carolina State, I'm very impressed with.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed with them because they've been rebuilding. They've been building up for a while now, and they beat North Carolina. They swept North Carolina this year, so definitely watch out for them.
Going back to your point, how talent can go unrecognized, and then Creighton just find the diamond in the rough. It was like the Curry situation. Where did he play for? Oh, jeez.
Davidson.
That's it, yeah. How does that just go under everyone's radar?
Nobody really wanted him. That's the thing. Nobody really wanted him. So he was kind of
that's so weird.
He was kind of stuck playing at a small school. But look, his brother Seth, he played for Liberty for a year and realized, what am I doing on this small school? I'm averaging like 20 points a game as a freshman. He was like, all right, I have to try to get to a bigger school. And he got to Duke, and he's actually playing well as a senior now. So, I mean, Stephen Curry, I don't know what the big schools were thinking. He's a great player.
Yeah, and he still is now.
I know he's doing a lot of work in the NBA. He's
over 40% for 3-pointers. He's
a monster.
Is he a freak of nature too?
Not athletically, but shooting the ball, yes. Shooting the ball, he's lights out.
But like we said, it's March Madness. Anything can happen, and the Indiana upset will happen.
We'll see.
Mark it.
We'll see.
Mark it on the calendars.
We
when
will.
Sweet 16 happens, they will lose.
We will see.
Yes, we will. But that's going to do it for Daddy T's on Sportsmanlike Conduct. I'd like to thank Brett and Derek both for joining me tonight. Great discussion.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Me,
and as I always say, where my opinion is always unsportsmanlike. Good night, folks.
You're listening to WQKE LP 93.9 FM, Plattsburgh. The Quake.